It sounds like some of these folks may not necessarily be savvy when it comes to understanding their financials. So how are you reaching these consumers, and how are they learning about paysense ultimately?
So we approach our consumers in an O2O2O model, and let me explain that in just a second. So in the US, I think the revolution is online to perhaps offline, right? O2O. In India, most people will say it's O2O as well, but it's offline to bringing them online, right? But I think for paysense, what we've discovered is that it's O2O2O. They discover us online, and then we have to engage them in a semi-offline or offline way, where we do say, okay, well, your first engagement is you see a YouTube video, and then a pre-roll, you discover paysense, and you say, this is interesting, but I'm not ready to engage with you in a digital way, but maybe you can call me, right? So the first interaction is a call me. And so then paysense will reach out to them through WhatsApp. We have an assistance team which we'll walk you through in a second. But we will reach out to them via WhatsApp. That's their first point of interaction. And if that interaction goes well, they understand the product, then we will then have someone bring them back online, where the digital application starts there, and they go through what we call conversational lending, right? So conventional lending is you download an app or you go to a website, you fill out a form, and then you get to a loan, right? In conversational lending, it's just like you and I are talking right now, but it's over WhatsApp or a channel that is more convenient to you, and a chat interface perhaps that you're very familiar with. But in the background, a humanoid system, which is part human, part droid, fills out the application. So you and I are having a conversation about a potential loan, and your loan application is completed. And that feels a lot more natural. It's more human-centric. And that interface then generates the third O, which is a digital loan, even though the interaction may be offline. It may be in person, or it may be over a WhatsApp channel. So it's O2O2O. And that's worked really well for us. And I think we initially came and we aspired to create a 100% digital-only touch. But I think then you limit yourself to the 20 million consumers that are in Tier 1 cities that everyone's going after, right? So as soon as you leave Tier 1, go to Tier 2 and Tier 3, you have to be multilingual, you have to be multi-channeled, and you definitely have to create solutions that work for you, but also work for the consumer, more importantly. And that just definitely takes a different form.
Yeah. In fact, Prashanth used to have a fidget spinner, and that fidget spinner used to take about 5 minutes, yeah. And we challenged our product team to the loan should get out before the spinner stopped spinning, and they did it, and we were very proud of it. But I think that's not where the customer is. The customer is not a DIY customer. The customer doesn't want to do it yourself. There's a trust deficit in the market. So what we play a part is like a friendly advisor. Like we are friendly chatting with them. We are telling them what to do, what not to do. If they have debts, we are telling them, just pay this back, like get a clean record. And so we are helping them out with their financial needs. And that's the role the assistance is playing. So they don't have a sales style conversation. They have a helpful style. They're a friendly advisor. And that's made a big difference because they don't understand this brand that they can't touch and feel yet. We have to follow the adoption curve with the customer and not stay so far ahead and then, ask them to come over. So I think that's made a big difference where we are hand-holding them through the process. And the second time they take a loan from us, then it's the quickest thing. We don't even need a spinner. It's the quickest thing.
This is a one click. Yeah.
It's just one click and it's done. So it makes a big difference how we assist the customers and we are the advisor.
There is a slight nuance, but quite fundamental difference with, by the way, a traditional bank would approach a consumer versus how we approach a consumer, right? A traditional bank is trying to find the data on the human that they're trying to serve, whereas paysense has access to all this rich data and is trying to find the human in that data and reconstruct the human that we're trying to lend to, and that gives us a more comprehensive picture of who this person is, and why and how we should be able to serve them better. So we're able to tailor to the individual rather than kind of have the individual kind of present themselves and find the data on the person to then give them one of the stock products that we offer as an institution. I think it's a very nuanced, but it's a very fundamental difference that I think Sayali and I brought into the lending ecosystem here.
Well, it's great to hear the challenges that you've solved for in the industry, and thank you both so much for your insights today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
For Medici Studio, I'm Shannon Rosick.